The world can seem peaceful, but beneath our feet, immense power stirs. For centuries, this force sleeps, hidden in the planet's molten heart, until suddenly it awakens. A mountain trembles, then erupts with explosive force. Ash, gas and rock are hurled skyward, blotting out the sun and turning day to night. The eruption is not just smoke, it's a superheated, abrasive cloud moving at terrifying speed. The mountainside collapses, unleashing a landslide that scours the land bare. Forests are swept away, valleys buried, and life is obliterated in moments. Then comes the pyroclastic flow, a searing avalanche of gas and debris, hotter than 1,000 degrees Celsius, incinerating everything in its path. Rivers of lava creep down the slopes, filling valleys and cooling into black, jagged rock. The landscape is rewritten, hills and valleys erased, replaced by a new alien topography. Where life once thrived, only silence remains. The world has been unmade and remade in minutes. This is the raw, indifferent power of geology. In the aftermath, a profound silence settles, a world buried, waiting. When the ash settles, a new world is revealed, monochrome, silent, and smothered in gray. The sun barely pierces the haze, illuminating absolute desolation. Forests, streams, and moss are buried beneath volcanic ash, fine as flour or coarse as sand. The air is heavy with the sulfurous scent of Earth's interior. Blackened tree skeletons stand as monuments to what was lost. The ground is a sterile mix of ash, pumice, and rock, devoid of nutrients, reset to zero. No birds call, no insects buzz. The silence is total. Rivers and lakes are choked with sediment, their waters toxic and lifeless. The very chemistry of the land has changed. Wind stirs the ash into ghostly dust storms. Rain creates destructive lahars, reshaping the land. The environment is unstable and hostile. It's hard to imagine life ever returning to this wasteland. The landscape seems locked in suspended animation. Yet, even here, the story is not over. Even in this lifeless world, recovery begins almost at once. The first arrivals are not trees or animals, but microscopic spores and hardy seeds carried by wind. Prairie lupine is among the first. Its roots host bacteria that draw nitrogen from the air, enriching the sterile ash. Each plant becomes a tiny engine of change, adding organic matter and stabilizing the ground. These pioneers create microclimates, shading the soil, conserving moisture, and making survival possible for the next arrivals. Fireweed, mosses, and lichens soon join, forming a patchwork of tough, resilient life. Their roots bind the ash, their leaves cool the ground, and their presence slowly transforms the landscape. Each plant is a victory. Biology reclaiming ground from geology. The vanguard of life advances, one green patch at a time. The march of recovery has begun. Mount St. Helens' 1980 eruption flattened over 230 square miles, creating a barren moonscape. Scientists expected recovery to take centuries, but nature had surprises in store. Life didn't just return from the edges, it survived within. Hibernating mammals and buried seeds endured the blast, protected underground. Recovery was faster and more complex than predicted. Surviving plants, or biological legacies, became hubs for regrowth. Gophers mixed ash with fertile soil, creating seedbeds for new plants. The landscape became a mosaic, green patches emerging amid the gray. Today, young forests rise, rivers run clear, and wildlife has returned. Mount St. Helens is a living laboratory showing nature's resilience. Destruction was not the end, but a new beginning. The eruption reset the ecological clock, clearing the way for new life. From devastation, a vibrant ecosystem is reborn. Despite the violence, survival is possible. Life endures, hidden beneath the ash. Soil insulates seeds, keeping them viable through the cataclysm. Many seeds have tough coats, waiting years or decades for the right moment to sprout. When conditions improve, these seeds awaken, sending roots down and shoots up. Some plants survive through underground bulbs or rhizomes, ready to resprout after the blast. Fireweed's rhizomes allow it to dominate early recovery. Even fire can trigger rebirth. Serotinous pine cones open in heat, releasing seeds onto fresh ground. The eruption clears competitors and prepares a mineral-rich seedbed. Destruction and creation are intertwined. Nature's resilience is built into its design. Life's return is both a miracle and a testament to adaptation. As plants reclaim the land, animals soon follow. Insects arrive first. Spiders drift in. Beetles emerge, breaking down organic matter and building soil. Herbivores like elk and deer venture in, drawn by new growth. Their hooves break the ash crust, creating germination sites and dispersing seeds. Predators follow, along with birds that nest in open ground and bring seeds from afar. Each new arrival weaves another thread into the recovering ecosystem. Animals enrich the soil with nutrients and aerate it through burrowing. They are not just inhabitants, but active participants in shaping the new landscape. The return of animals accelerates recovery, paving the way for the forest to come. Life's web is rewoven, strand by strand. Forest rebirth is not passive. Every organism shapes the land for those that follow. Lupin roots enrich the soil, creating pockets of fertility. As pioneers die, they form the first layer of humus, holding moisture and nutrients. Plant roots bind ash, preventing erosion. Leaves create shade and stable microclimates. Animals like gophers churn the earth, mixing ash with buried soil and speeding up soil formation. Their tunnels let air and water reach deeper layers, building healthy soil. This interplay creates a self-reinforcing cycle. Better soil, more plants, more animals. Each player contributes to the symphony of recovery. The forest grows with the land, shaped by and shaping it in return. Over decades, a dynamic living landscape emerges. The journey from ash plain to forest is slow and patient. Pioneers give way to shrubs and fast-growing trees like alder, which enrich the soil further. Alders form dense thickets, creating nurseries for shade-tolerant conifers like Douglas fir and hemlock. These future giants grow slowly beneath the alder canopy, gathering strength. Over decades, conifers rise, shading out the alders, which die and enrich the soil one last time. The forest transitions from pioneer woodland to young coniferous forest. The canopy closes, light dims, and complexity increases. A rich layer of needles and decaying wood supports fungi, insects, and microorganisms. Understory plants find their niches, and the ecosystem matures. The tapestry of life once torn apart is rewoven, thread by thread. The forest becomes resilient, diverse, and self-sustaining. What was once desolation is now a thriving living world. The cycle of renewal is complete. To stand in a young forest risen from volcanic ash is to witness nature's resilience. Where there was silence and gray, there is now birdsong and green abundance. The transformation is so complete, the past devastation is hard to imagine. Even the greatest destruction is rarely the end in nature. Recovery is a grand collaboration. Wind, rain, bacteria, fungi, plants, animals all play a part. Every element, from microscopic to magnificent, contributes to the dance of renewal. This process offers hope. Nature can heal, adapt, and thrive again. The quiet tenacity of life rivals the fury of geology. Out of fire comes life, out of ash comes soil, and out of desolation comes rebirth. The story of recovery is ongoing, a testament to nature's enduring promise.